this evening. Fairly cool outside but dry, and a good bright day today, which is fantastic. I suppose what I'm doing at the moment is a couple of things to say. I'm doing a couple of things at the moment simultaneously, same time. So I have just recently become the agent for the UK Barcelona One Loft race with Tony Bourne. So I'm the agent now here in Ireland. So anybody that's interested in getting involved in it, let me know. We can have a chat. I'll be putting information up about the One Loft race over the next few weeks. How it works, etc. You know what to do, and I'm going to organise shipping dates with Tony as well and try and get that out so everybody can walk back. And when I talk about the shipping dates, I'll give you dates for pairing if you want. You know, that may be helpful. So when you pair, to have the boards ready at 4 weeks of age or whatever to be shipped to Tony over in the UK. Secondly, things are going well here in the loft. I have all the feeder cocks set up. I am going to be pairing the boards up in the next couple of weeks. I am going to be running the bull system with Musgrave Wizard. Again, Musgrave Wizard is 3 times Barcelona himself, 710 miles out of race time, granted. Some people question breeding off a cock that has flown Barcelona 3 times. Don't forget, he hasn't just flown Barcelona 3 times, he has flown umpteen different races many times. But has come from Barcelona, which is the ultimate goal for me, 3 times. A lot of people would question why I would breed from a cock that has flown Barcelona 3 times, or any race point 3 times for that matter, but hasn't won. Why would you breed from something like that? Well, I suppose the long and the short of it for me is, I believe the cock has something special in him. I like the look of him. We all have our preference for what boards are. As well as that is, how many boards do we have in our stock lofts over the years, which may have 4 or 5 or 6 years or 7 years in the stock loft that may not breed anything that has won anything, that may be grandchildren or great grandchildren of the performance pigeons we want. So that's part of the reason I'm breeding from him. He's already performed from Barcelona 3 times. Yes, he hasn't won, and that's fine. But over here in Ireland, I think I'm going to need a different kind of board to get them to come. So these boards of Nick Harvey's have shown their tenacity and their will to get home by always homing. Even though they come out of race time, a couple of years ago, Nick said he got one reported in Belgium from the Barcelona race a week after the release. The man held it in Belgium for a week or two and fed her back up and let her up single toss from Belgium, and she got home to Nick. So Nick's boards definitely have what I think we need in Ireland to get the boards into Ireland in race time. Okay, that's the first thing. Secondly, we all buy stock boards which are children of performance pigeons. So not only am I going to be breeding from Musgrave Wizard, he is going to be paired to no less than 5 hens direct out of performance pigeons. So, and all from Nick Harvey as well. So I have to give a big shout out to Nick. Nick, honest to God, delighted with the boards you have sent over on loan. They're a credit to you. They're a credit to you. So the 5 principal hens I'll be using is a daughter of Musgrave Inevitable, 3 times Barcelona, best position, first best section, 18th Open 2019. A daughter of Musgrave Persistent, 5 times Barcelona, best position if I recall right, 11th or 12th Open. Daughter of Musgrave Insights and Musgrave Addiction, once Barcelona and twice Barcelona, both best positions, second best sections. Another daughter of Musgrave Persistent, when she was paired, so 5 times Barcelona, again, I think it was 11th Open or 12th Open, when she was paired to a son of Musgrave Insanity, 3 times Barcelona. And I have a daughter of Musgrave Insanity when she was paired to a son of Musgrave Persistent. So all of the boards I breed out of these 5 principal hens first off will have multiple Barcelona pigeons between parents and grandparents, anything from 3 to 8, anywhere. Okay. The other 3 hens I'm using are 2 daughters of Musgrave Wizard himself, paired back to himself, and a hen that has flown for a friend of mine, Perth. Okay, Perth in Scotland, into the okay? And that hen is bred out of boards that I would have given to him, and one of them being down from Musgrove Addiction and Musgrove Insights, okay? So that's why I'm doing it. I'm going to be running the bull system. I have 8 hens to pair them to. I have 16 pair of feeders. So I'm going to float the 8 pair of eggs first. The first day will be floated, and then we'll give the hens a week's rest, and then we'll do it a second time, okay? And we get hopefully 32 eggs off Musgrove Wizard in the space of 2 weeks. They'll be a week apart. Hopefully that's all they'll be, okay? And how I'm going to work this is, Musgrove Wizard is an aggressive cock. He needs to be paired up and settled with his own hen, and he'll tread every hen I send to him then, which is great. I already know this about the wizard, so that's what I'm going to work. So he will be paired up, he'll be settled on eggs. I'll have a feeder pair for his eggs. They will be floated off, he'll be put on dummies. I'll then run 4 hens to him, because the 4 hens, as I said in my previous videos, suits me, working 4 hens at a time. And then I'll work the second 3 hens. So that's 8 hens altogether, okay? So the first 4 hens will be put down. 2 days later, their feeder hens, the feeder pairs for them will be paired up. And then on day 4 of that cycle, I will pair the next 3 pair of pigeons up. And 2 days after that again, I will pair the feeders for those eggs up, okay? And when all those hens have laid, we'll float all the eggs, irrelevant whether they're fertile or not. I need to get the hens away so they have a rest, recuperate, and go back into the cycle for me. Go back to 0 again. So I would normally take them away for up to 5 days, and then I start the cycle again. So then the second time then, because the wizard will have settled, I'll start with 4 hens. He'll still be with his hen. Start with 4 hens, and then the second 4 hens. And we'll do that again, day 1 to 4, day 1 to 3, and then on day 4 of the first set cycle, I'll introduce the next 4. And hopefully that means then that the 2 sets of eggs will be literally the first set of 4 and the second set of 3 will be 3 or 4 days apart, and then the second set of 4 and the second set of 4 will be 3 or 4 days apart, and overall the 2 sets of 16 eggs will hopefully be about at most 2 weeks apart, okay? So that's the aim of it, and I'm going to run that system now with Musgrove Wizard all year. I will not be breeding off any other pigeons in this loft bar that cock. Other people are saying, you're mad breeding off one pigeon, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. That's fine. I'm going to test this cock out to the limit. He's with daughters of proven pigeons. He's a proven pigeon himself. The first round of young birds I breed will be held here. They're going to be aimed at the Any Age Guernsey in mid-August with the BICC, giving them hopefully about 9 months of age, 8 to 9 months of age. People say, you can't get young birds at 300 miles, they won't do it. Well, in Ireland, we do race 300 miles from Penzance up to the north of Ireland. They're doing about 350 miles, and they get their pigeons to do it as young birds, and not even 9-month-old young birds. They could only be 6-month-old young birds or 7-month-old young birds. So I'm looking at even an older young bird, and hopefully with the work I'm going to put into them, that's what they'll be able to do. That will test whether this cock is worth his weight or not. Not only that, I have 10 other birds here that were bred this year from July, I think, to September, and there's about 10 or 12 of them there, and they're all going to be going to Le Mans in, I think it's the end of June with the BICC. So that's 465 miles, and they will just barely be yearlings, okay? That's the aim here. So they'll be going to Le Mans at 465 miles to me. And again, they're all out of the wizard, so with a bit of luck that means there's those 10, and with a bit of luck 32 eggs. If I got 20 to 25 out of that, I'd be happy. I usually get a better hit rate, but if I had 20 or 25 to prep for Le Mans, that's what I'm going to be aiming at. That's the numbers I'm aiming for. And with those 20 or 25 then, what I'm going to do is, whatever's left when Guernsey comes around, will be going to Guernsey. That's the aim, okay? So, over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to do a series of videos. I'll do them every 2 days on the bull system, how it's running. I'll record them, I'll put them all up, I'll keep them private, I won't be releasing them. They'll all hopefully be about 5 or 6 minute clips, just to show you what's going on every 2 days, how I run it, how the cock settles, how he does, and then when they've all laid and the cock is shipped off, I'll release the videos that everybody gets to see it. And you'll see it. You can watch it then at your own leisure, or you can watch them. You can watch them in bits as I release them, but they will all just be made public at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. Any comments through the videos, please let me know. Anybody has any queries, please let me know. I'm not running away. We're gonna be here. We're gonna have a bit of fun with this. All right, lads. Have a good evening.